Hi everyone! Thank you for watching my video. I'd like to start by reading the prologue to my newest picture book, Natchan, the Flying Home Healthcare Hero. I wrote this book to thank and encourage all caregivers of the elderly, including their family members, home healthcare nurses, and other home healthcare workers. Hopefully, experienced home healthcare specialists will smile at the familiar stories that follow. Patient, family members, and newer home healthcare specialists can find hints to help them going forward. It is my sincere desire that young or old, we can begin thinking together about how we care for the elderly. Everyone gets old. Everyone gets sick. As we age, our eyes become weak. Our hearing becomes poor. Our legs become feeble, and we might even lose our teeth. Most people eventually need some degree of support. This is completely normal, and I hope our society can accept this fact as it is. In addition, I hope the elderly people who do need support can fully enjoy their lives and will never feel like they are a burden on the younger generation. So, let's get started. Natchan, the Flying Home Healthcare Hero. Natchan is very busy. In fact, she is a very busy flying squirrel. Today too, Natchan is as busy as usual. There is a special reason why. Can you guess what it is? Actually, Natchan is a professional home healthcare nurse. She takes care of the elderly creatures in Jawohl forest. Natchan is gentle, popular, and even stylish. She always carefully considers what is best for the elderly creatures who need support in their daily lives, and Natchan does everything she can help them stay happy. Natchan can jump from one tree to another with awesome speed. She can glide through the air using her favorite cape. Every day that Natchan works, she visits the homes of the patients she is in charge of. She makes sure that they are eating well, their beds are soft and comfortable, and they are doing well in general. There are many lovely creatures in Jawohl forest. Natchan is in charge of many clients. For instance, one day Natchan visited Grandma Usako, the hare. Every time Grandma Usako saw Natchan, she would timidly ask, "I'm sorry, but I'm not sure who you are." If asked her age, Grandma Usako would shyly reply, "How old am I? Oh, I've never thought about that." On other days, Grandma Monica, the wild cat, would get excited whenever Natchan visited. "Hello, dear. Come on in. Welcome to my house." I remember you, of course, but I'm sorry, what was your name again? In such situations, Natchan politely introduced herself as if they were meeting for the first time. Natchan knew in her heart that Monica couldn't help forgetting Natchan's name because forgetfulness was part of her illness. Since it was a very beautiful day, Natchan invited Grandma Monica for a walk. Monica, would you like to go for a walk with me? Natchan asked. Monica replied with a mischievous grin. Where shall we go? To the gates of hell? On another day, Natchan visited Grandpa Anton, an old bear, who had worked as a surgeon. Like Monica and Usako, he had also become forgetful, but more than that, Anton suffered from a lack of exercise because he was always reading esoteric books. Even though Natchan kindly invited Grandpa Anton to go on walks with her, he always refused and said, As you can see, I'm too busy right now reading this book. At that moment, Natchan got the brilliant idea. Isn't it time to make your rounds around the ward, Dr. Anton? Natchan got his attention. Oh my goodness, I forgot all about that. We'd better get going. Dr. Anton stood up resolutely, with his eyes shining brightly. Both Dr. Anton and Natchan enjoyed the comfortable breeze in Jawohl forest as they walked outside that day. Natchan respected Grandpa Anton, who had been a surgeon and treated many patients. She knew he had only agreed to come for a walk because she truly believed he was going to see his patients. Fooling him like this didn't always work well, but Natchan wanted to help him exercise without hurting his pride. Natchan was happy and satisfied because she successfully got Dr. Anton to take a walk with her. Soon after, a grandchild of Grandpa Sakuzo, the beaver, called Natchan. Ring, ring. Natchan, we need your help. Grandpa Sakuzo has been destroying all the outlets in our house. He takes off the covers and pulls the wiring out from inside the walls. We are afraid he's going to start a fire or electrocute himself. Natchan, what should we do? We know it's just his dementia, but we can't stand it anymore. Whenever we try to stop him, he gets extremely angry. Okay, don't worry, Natchan quickly replied. I'll be there as soon as I can. Natchan thought carefully while flying from tree to tree on the way to Sakuzo's house. What could be the matter with Sakuzo? He's usually so calm. What could have happened? I do know that Sakuzo used to work in electrical construction. I've even heard that he won awards from his work. I've got it. In his own mind, he must be working now. I'm sure that's it. He must be trying to fix those outlets like he used to. Quickly gliding through the branches, Natchan got to Sakuzo's house near the river. She could hear someone's voice screaming inside. "Grandpa, stop it! You're going to break these outlets too!" Natchan opened the door and walked into the house. Grandpa Sakuzo calmed down a little as soon as he saw her. In such situations, it usually doesn't help to try to persuade or convince a patient of an issue that they are arguing about in the moment. "Let's just relax and have some tea for now, Sakuzo," Natchan suggested. However, as soon as Grandpa Sakuzo got his energy back from the tea and sweets, he began to take apart the outlets again. Seeing him at work, Natchan was suddenly inspired. "Oh, Sakuzo, great job! Thank you for fixing these outlets. You have such splendid technique and ability," she said. Sakuzo looked happy. Natchan's idea was working. "This is enough in here, Sakuzo. Thank you. Could you please check some things outside next?" Sakuzo followed Natchan out the door. Once they were outside, Natchan said, "Wow, what nice weather it is! You know what, Sakuzo? Why don't you finish your work now and take a walk with me?" The old beaver, Grandpa Sakuzo, smiled and nodded. Next, Natchan visited Grandma Jasmine, a great spotted woodpecker who was also recently diagnosed with dementia. Grandma Jasmine's husband had passed away just a few weeks ago. "Hi, Jasmine. How have you been?" Natchan greeted her. "Hello, Natchan. I was just wondering where my husband is. I can never seem to find him these days," Grandma Jasmine answered. On previous occasions, when Natchan had tried to make Jasmine understand that her husband was actually dead, Grandma Jasmine lost her temper and replied in a threatening low voice, "Are you trying to kill my husband?" This time, Natchan gently suggested, "Well, I can't say for sure, but he might be busy working or he might have gone somewhere. Anyway, I'm sure he's okay, Jasmine." Grandma Jasmine looked sad but smiled. "Yes, I'll wait for a while and see if he comes back." Grandma Jasmine seems like she had lost weight, and Natchan was worried if Jasmine could eat and sleep well. Grandma Jasmine suddenly became more upset. "I'm so embarrassed. I've become such an idiot. It's over for me now." She certainly didn't look well. In fact, she looked rather depressed. "That's not true, Jasmine. I'm always happy to spend time with you. I'll come again soon," said Natchan. Natchan left Jasmine's home and decided to consult with Dr. Donkey. Natchan has a very good relationship with Dr. Donkey, the psychiatrist. Dr. Donkey always tells Natchan and other healthcare workers, "We are all on the same home healthcare team in Jawohl forest. Teamwork makes dream work." Today, Dr. Donkey listened to Natchan's concerns about Grandma Jasmine and promised to visit her as soon as possible. Natchan was relieved to have his and the team's help. In this case, Natchan knew getting Dr. Donkey's help would be more effective than trying to help Jasmine by herself. Dr. Donkey was right about the importance of teamwork. From the end of summer to the beginning of fall every year, strong winds blow and it rains heavily in Jawohl forest. On one such day, the wind whistled here and there, and suddenly dark clouds began to appear all over the sky. Natchan saw flashes of lightning and heard the sound of thunder. She noticed the wind and rain were getting stronger. This was an emergency. An alarm was ringing throughout Jawohl forest, warning of a possible evacuation. Natchan and her colleagues tried to get in touch with the elderly clients who they were in charge of, dividing them up between themselves. They were soon able to confirm the safety of all the clients who lived with their own families. However, no matter how many times Natchan called, Grandma Stella, a squirrel who lived alone, didn't answer. Natchan was even more worried because Stella's hearing had become weaker recently. The wind was growing stronger and stronger, and the animals of Jawohl forest were now being told to evacuate as soon as possible. Natchan decided to find Grandma Stella by herself. With the help of her cape, Natchan began gliding from branch to branch. It was difficult to move in the right direction because of the strong wind and rain. Nevertheless, Natchan flew onward, never giving up. Raindrops hit her eyes mercilessly in the wind. "Where is Stella's house?" "Over there in the oak tree." "Yes, I found it." Reaching Stella's house, Natchan looked inside from a hole on the trunk of the oak tree. "Oh no," said Natchan. Water was rising on the floor of Stella's house. Grandma Stella was sitting on the top of her tiny table and trembling with fear and cold. How lonely Grandma Stella must have felt. "Great job, Stella. You are so brave. You are all right now. Let's go to the forest emergency evacuation area together." Natchan gently wrapped Grandma Stella in her cape. "Thank you, Natchan." Stella's eyes glistened with tears. "Thank you so much." Grandma Stella and Natchan eventually reached the evacuation area and drank hot chocolate together. After that, Natchan checked the safety of her other clients there and finally went back to her own home. The next day, the sky was surprisingly blue and clear. Looking up at the sky, Natchan considered how the rescue could have been more systematic and efficient. In order to prepare for the next emergency, she decided to make practical suggestions to her colleagues during their next meeting. Natchan is always busy, but she does her best and never gives up. That's why Natchan is everyone's hero. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Natchan is an example to us all. I hope she has given you some good hints regarding the care of the elderly. I'm sure we all know many wonderful home healthcare heroes like Natchan. They quietly do their jobs every day around us. I thank all the Natchans in the whole world who are working to support the elderly as best as they can, even during the severe conditions caused by COVID-19. My message to them is, please stay safe and stay positive and get rest as much as possible. Elderly people will only be happy when the Natchans are happy too. I also want to thank my family for supporting me while I wrote this book. I'm very grateful to Brett Fisk, the most reliable English teaching superhero from the US, for encouraging me and helping me move onward. Thank you again.